many minutes ago? Oh, okay, we got
Just
this.
get that please, Steve. iTunes.
Little buddy, what are you doing down there? You could have a little cousin here pretty soon. Yeah. Of course, it'd be better if you took the pair.
I got enough trying to fucking on that.
The little orange one got careless last night. I was out playing. It was just getting dark. I'm still working on one of my machines at my little table outside my door, and I got the light on. I hear crunch, 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 crunch. I look down. Just next to me in the leaves. He's all... Gotcha! You didn't see that one coming. Well, he's getting more used to being handled. The black one doesn't like to be handled. The orange one, he's kind of used to it. He's already made the connection between me handling him and somehow a food pile appears in front of him. So he's gotten used to that. Domino's looking at me over there like, what are you doing? Alright, am I forgetting anything? No.
Good weather for the rest of the week?
Yeah, supposed to be cool.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a high of, I don't know, it's supposed to dive tomorrow,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be like 50 fucking degrees, I think.
Back to tomorrow, yeah. It's 50 out there now.
Yeah.
It's cooler than it was already this morning.
It's gonna be like in the low 60s all week, I think.
All this heat and humidity.
I was like, well, at least it happened to hit on days when I could actually go inside with the air conditioning, so I wasn't really pissed about
Yeah, at
that.
least when it rained overnight
Yeah,
this week. I know.
Exactly.
If I had to fucking work in that pouring rain, I was sitting here watching the weather like, if it's gonna fucking pour all day, I'm sick. I don't give a fuck. No, maybe a shower or two. Most of it's over. I'm like, all right, I go to work. I fucking working when it's pouring rain blows.
all right, Mike. I guess till next week.
Yep, see Scott's around once again.
I'm telling you, I'm not going to be around.
Well, we know that. Thanksgiving.
Well, actually, that leaving Sunday mornings, I won't be out that Saturday night.
Yeah, well, right around Thanksgiving. Month away.
And the trip to Virginia to be
And after last Christmas, you know that I was reading something in the paper.
Yeah.
52% of people last year said they were going to shop online. 56% this year.
Oh boy. Yeah, you're gonna be busy.
And last year was fucking bad.
Well, I don't blame him. It's safer to shop online. No Ebola. I tell you, there's a lot of people second guessing trips right now, and
Oh yeah, fuck.
that's kind of dangerous, isn't it? I see pieces of wood around your tires, and you got fucking nails and shit sticking.
Don't roll away.
He just made that fucking toilet.
Shit, you
I
heard?
mean, literally.
Exploded around.
He's a lucky motherfucker. Was he dancing around waiting for you to get out of the bathroom?
I didn't know.
He's back in there again. Well, when you eat too much shit, this is what happens. What the hell is that up there? You see what I mean?
What?
Oh, candy and
Oh,
juice.
this is a cupcake.
Did you hear the sound effects? Because it didn't sound. I wish I had the camera on for that one. That was funny. He literally blew apart. Thought you were gonna have the engine all together by now.
I don't know the parts.
Oh,
But the parts, take it easy. I spent $1,000 on.
well, which parts do you need? Just basically bearings and rings and shit like that?
This gasket kit. It's like $160, but.
There's no rush. Like you got all fucking winter anyway.
Fucking another cam too. It's probably another $200-300.
Yeah. You got all winter.
Yeah, I was just running by spring. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. New lifters.
I want to clean up the heads and shit, paint them. Next.
The radio's starting to look a little raggedy over there.
That's why I used to carry around my truck.
Oh. New mounts too? You reuse those ones?
Huh?
Gonna reuse the mounts or
Yeah, I
replace them?
painted them.
Did you ever replace them? Oh, you did. Okay.
Ooh, all pretty.
And they're good.
Yeah, and my shit for the
Got Gorilla Glue, we're all set. All right, Mike.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice out here.
Oh yeah. My coat's in there. I'll forget that when I leave. I guess I better think about getting the heater out. Justin. What are you cold?
What?
Cold? You get your coat out there.
I put that down, put my arm on.
Oh. I wonder if they're gonna do a sequel to that one.
No,
Godzilla versus something else. They left him alive in this one, so I'm guessing he's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if there's a theater revenues warranted, I suppose. Yeah, this is a strange one. This time to make Godzilla the hero.
Yeah. Well, since that movie came out, they're coming out with all the other original things on DVD now from the 60s and 50s.
Oh yeah. Well, they did that the first time around.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was all coming out.
Godzilla versus Mothra.
And on DVD because it was in the DVD era. The gift sets with all of them in there, all the originals. And they were out on VHS anyway from before that. God knows how many times recycled on fucking Saturday afternoon television.
Just love watching that.
Hey, Monster Week, like I said.
Could go out and play with everyone, and go outside and run around the woods and have a good time, and play with the neighborhood kids, ride a bike. But when that shit came on, that and Kung Fu Theater, I enjoyed that too, with the 5 different voices.
Yeah, I know we never really got into that, but Monster Week was there for that.
Definitely, oh hell yeah. I always used to enjoy the 5 different voices on the. So, you want to fight? Fight me, and it was always, and then it was all the same voices.
Yeah.
All these different movies.
I don't see too many. Well, there are a few foreign films that do make it into the American theater a little bit. That Russian one did, about Stalingrad not too long ago.
That was all right.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
5 Fathers or something.
No, it was Stalingrad, I think. No, it was called Stalingrad. That's what it was called.
Oh yeah, and the thing was that the woman was mother to or the kid was
Yeah, something like that. But
yeah.
Well, the thing of it is that it used to be it was pretty much Hollywood making the A movies. Everybody else in foreign countries making weird fucking B and C great things that didn't really play well over here. But now, a lot of foreign countries have gotten, on the ball, and started making the British are making some pretty decent, had been for a while. Their stuff used to suck. The French did that thing with the Horde, was fairly impressive. I was surprised. That was actually really good, I thought. Better than some of our zombie movies. Even the Cubans with the one about Juan of the Dead, which was funny as hell. Oh, the Germans had Das Boot back in the 80s. That actually played well here.
After all that shit, and they finally come home.
Well, that's how the war ended for Germany. That shit is exactly what it was. They came home to nothing. Ruined cities, dead families, the women all got fucking raped. The kids roasted. Everything gone. No money, no place to live, no food. It was a fucking disaster. You embraced Hitler and National Socialism, and that was the result. had to basically retrain them. The Germans are lucky that the Russians existed. If there hadn't been a communist revolution in 1917, the Germans would have languished for decades, because we would never have fucking done the Marshall Plan, all that shit to get them back on their feet. Fuck you, the war's over, we're going home. And of course, the Russians would have been destroyed by Germany anyway. But they're just very lucky that we needed them against the Russians badly enough that we would spend trillions of dollars propping them back up again, rebuilding their infrastructure, everything else. We rebuilt Germany after the war. We got us, the British, and the French to some extent. I mean, look at the giant like Volkswagen today. The only reason there is a Volkswagen today is the British Army needed transport. They needed transport vehicles to run around Germany, and somebody remembered this little car factory that was making a tiny car before the war and went to see if they could still be put back in use. It could be, and they started cranking out cars, and they were very popular with the British officers, and then the American officers, before you know it, they're selling all over the fucking world in the millions. That was Volkswagen is actually the very last legacy of National Socialism. It was created by the National Socialists. Hitler himself designed the fucking car.
Yeah.
That kicked them off. And they kept on making the car all during the war, but it was for the military.
Somebody got busted.
Oh yeah.
Some poor sap ain't wearing a seatbelt or a little too much to drink. Or have a headlight out, maybe. Get somebody put your finger on your nose and walk the line.
Maybe somebody got caught breaking into the mental institution.
Somebody sitting down. Oh, homeless motherfucker.
Another crazy trying to break into the building, probably. They say there's a lot of people who were incarcerated there. Sometimes some of them come back.
Yeah. Back in the good old days when I was in my teens and my early 20s, I used to come here. I used to live here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah, Building C, right over there. Oh, yeah, the old Maximum Security Ward. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll be excusing myself now. You just go on about your business.
Oh, it's the state troopers tied with him.
Lovely knife collection you got there, sir. Yeah. Oh, don't worry, Scott. There's plenty more out there. And don't forget the Dutchess County Cops. Pauling police, all out there looking for you.
I guarantee you won't be testing the vibration at any speed on the way home.
You see how the car's running now? Normal, fine. When you got 118,000 miles on a 10-year-old car, don't push it. Just don't push it to its maximum parameters. You don't want to do that. It's not designed for that. Yeah, I know the kids do a lot of wild shit with these cars, but they spend thousands of dollars on aftermarket equipment to do it. But this car is not built as tough as your Buick was. Not nearly.
I vouch for that.
What the hell is this? Backup, or he busting somebody else?
That's an ambulance.
Oh, maybe somebody's hurt back there.
Hurt trying to get.
Oh, maybe it's that drunk guy.
Yeah, right.
Could have been. Maybe he didn't wait for the cab, decided to walk on, fell down and hurt himself. Did a Billy?
$5 says he's going to pick up the idiot.
Yeah, he must be.
I wonder if Mike had picked it up on his scanner, or does he even listen to that engine?
Not this time of night. Mike is already asleep. Are you kidding me? caravan of cars here. What's going on? 2, 3. Somebody with blue lights up there.
Yeah, if you get it, like I said, you get a chance, let me know, because I should be getting a phone call within about a week or so about Virginia.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and throw it in the back seat. She said it's about 7-8 hours. I'm like, well, that about an hour, is it? Because that's what it takes me to get down to Virginia Beach. So I could be anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So, we'll find out soon. You said you're holding another controller for someone, or just that one?
No, just the one. He's the only one that didn't want it chipped. Everybody else wanted it chipped. Most people don't want to. Well, I mean, I've taken possession that had shipped to me 6 more of the same machine with no problem at all.
How many of the ones that you bought this year did you fix and sell already?
Oh, well, I sold 3 of them already,
How many more do you gotta
including the
fix?
one I'm holding. I still got 4 or 5. You know, I have had no problem. All told, since I've been on eBay, I've had at least 8 or 9 of them shipped to me. No problem. I mean, they're a tough wooden box. You know, you really have to work hard to break it. You really do. Deliberate. You'd have to be deliberate to do it. You know, if it's properly boxed, plenty of bubble wrap, shit like that, there's no problem at all. Yeah, this guy doesn't want to ship. Either that, or he just doesn't want to pay the $30 shipping, which is ridiculous. He already paid $300 for the machine, over $300. You know what the fuck? I wouldn't want to wait, you know, have some stranger hold it, something I paid that much money for fucking over a year. I gotta search through my emails. I was emailing him back and forth. Contact him that way. Hopefully I can reach him.
So did you hear the nurse taking care of that Duncan guy got the Ebola?
Of course, everybody's heard of that, Scott. 2 people, actually.
Oh, yeah, another one now?
He has 2 nurses.
Yeah.
You didn't know that the second nurse was allowed to board an aircraft?
Oh, yeah.
While she had a light fever of 99.5, she was cleared by CDC to get on a fucking airplane, fly to Ohio to somebody's wedding or whatever. Now there's 100 people in Ohio that are being watched for Ebola, and I think at least one of them is now quarantined or father-in-law or something like that.
Everybody on the airplane?
Everybody on the airplane, everybody at the wedding, people who visited the dress shop where they bridesmaids went to get fitted.
God.
Yes. This is why Obama came up with the idea of Ebola czar to oversee, because they embarrassed him repeatedly. It's been made very clear that our hospitals, in fact, are not, neither is the CDC, ready for a major Ebola outbreak in the United States. They've been clusterfucking this from the start. I mean, first, how did Nurse Nina there get to Ebola? Was she not trained? Did she not have the proper gear? Yet somehow she's now infected. Because she was wiping up this guy's disgusting diarrhea and shit and everything else that nurses have to do. And she's infected now, and everybody she was around has to be watched now. They moved her to Atlanta. She's apparently doing okay so far. The other one, they're not really releasing too much information about. Now, the Ebola czar apparently is not a medical professional and has no experience. Has no experience. It's just another fucking bureaucrat they put into this job. Really good. They couldn't find at least an epidemiologist or someone to do it. No, they had to go and do that shit.
One of his buds.
Yeah. So far we have one dead foreign case of Ebola on U.S. soil and now 2 homegrown cases because of him. This is, we're just very lucky this guy was not an illegal alien in the country. He was here illegally. He sought medical care when he didn't feel well, all that shit. If he was an illegal alien, he'd have gone to ground because they wouldn't want to get deported. They'd have tried to treat themselves, meanwhile affecting everybody around them. And by the time we figured out what's happening, it's not 1 or 2 or 3, it's 5,000 in a city somewhere, amongst the homeless and poor, spreading like wildfires. They run in all directions of the compass.
What's the estimated dead in Libya?
I have no idea how many in Libya, or even if there is a case in Libya.
Or not Libya, Liberia.
Liberia? Well, I think they've lost up to 4,000 or 5,000 people that we know about. It's 50% mortality rate with treatment. So, and I'm sure there's plenty that are going uncounted because they happen out in the bush somewhere, some little village, nobody visits, and they're all dead someplace. So who the hell knows really how many? Organization out there is not.
Fox.
Ooh, yeah, little foxy fox. Organization is not their strong suit. And of course, we've had some U.S. medical, not U.S. medical, some doctors over there infected with it. I think up 3 or 4 got it.
Reporter?
The news reporter, yeah. They brought him back here too. I don't know where they're watching him, but I know they are.
Canceling all the flights coming in yet, huh?
No, they haven't. 1,000 excuses about hurting the economy. Fuck the economy. This is Ebola. If we are dead, the economy means nothing to us anyway. If we have a contagion that gets out of control here, it's going to devastate the economy no matter what. People will fucking absolutely panic. If they're already panicking at just 2 people infected. Already, it's having an effect. That poor airline. It wasn't their fault. The CDC let the woman fly. They had to take an entire airliner out of service. Now they have to strip out the whole fucking interior and replace everything. This is costing them millions, but worse than that, they're now Ebola Airlines, so they're done. They're a small regional carrier. They're probably not going to bounce back from this. And airline stocks across the board took a fucking dump.
Oh, yeah.
Billions of dollars lost because of this shit. People are afraid to get on a plane. I can't fucking blame them. Because the person sitting next to you may very well have Ebola. You don't know. Or the person just sat in that seat or used the bathroom you just used.
Oh, and then all the airport workers are complaining that they don't have all their equipment to...
That's right. And who can blame them?
Piss and
shit. They're making shit wages, and we expect them to expose themselves to Ebola, potentially? I don't blame them for fucking saying fuck you. I'd do it too.
Ebola Airlines.
Basically, yeah.
How does it take to die from this?
21-day incubation period, but there's leeway. Some may get it sooner, some may get it a little bit longer than that. And I don't know how long it takes weeks after that. Depends on the treatment you're getting, Treatment extends life, but not always,
You're in some fucking cotton, some foreign country.
Yeah,
an asshole wanted to come over here.
Yeah. Ebola is probably the disease that comes closest to radiation sickness and how it kills you. I mean, basically, in the end, your guts have liquefied You're bleeding from every orifice. You're fucking just hemorrhaging to death. You've been diarrheaing yourself to death for days. You know, it's a horrible, horrible way to die. Better just hand somebody a pistol or some pills or something here. You know, you got a way out. Or just give them an injection of morphine or something, let them go. But this way, you get Ebola, you best head for I think it's Oregon or Washington State, where they have the right to death law or whatever the fuck it is, where they will legally, if you request it, you're absolutely terminal and dying, they will assist you.
Oh, and that's that woman that's gonna kill herself on November 1st?
That's right. So at least you have a way out that can be medically assisted. You know, you don't have to make a mess and risk infecting others when your dead body is found, you know? Problem is that the government really doesn't have any real way to deal with a really, really big outbreak. Like we're talking nationwide. You know, shutting down the roads and all that is fine, but once the sickness is already spread, which is when they would do that, it's too late. And then what do you do if it flares up in a major city, but nowhere else? Say Dallas suddenly comes up tomorrow with 9,000 cases of fucking Ebola, some shit like that. You know, what do you do? How do you contain them? How do you keep people in the city? Do you start shooting them when when they approach you on the highway trying to get out, crossing the bridges and the rivers, or whatever exits there are from Dallas? Do you start patrolling the woods so they can't walk out, setting up fences, everything else? And in the end, do you fucking just nuke the city? You know, if that becomes the last-ditch option, we lose a few million people, but we preserve the lives of 247 million more. And I'm sure there's people thinking about all this right now. You know, what do we do if? And I'm sure they have thought about it already. There's
How
nothing
come the
new.
CDC ain't screaming Obama can cancel all the flights from overseas?
Because they're a political organization, basically. They have to play ball with the administration to keep their funding intact. You know, these are political appointees, and if the administration says we're going to keep the fucking flights going because we're afraid of rocking the economy, then that's what they're going to do. Privately, they may be telling the president something entirely different. I wouldn't be surprised if they were.
All right, asshole, any fucking day now. Cancel the flights. Any day now.
And at least they've started screening people for temperature, but then again, how effective is that? You know? Because what if somebody comes in and they're not showing symptoms yet? They have a normal temperature. They walk right through that, they come into our country 2 days later, they got a fever. You know, I have a little case of the flu or something. You know, but it's not the flu. But by the time you figure that out, you're half fucking dead. You've left disease germs all over your motel or wherever you're staying, and you've infected everybody you've walked past. You know, you've handed infected